I would like to request the Ningri-tuned institutions within Africa or entire world, including the Republic of Kenya, that those Ningri-tuned institutions must reconsider, they must revisit the education of socialism in Africa or in Kenya, because socialism, it is so important in the lives of humankind. So, still reminding our teachers that the education of socialism, interactions, it is hopeful terrific.
Maisha ni kama movie, ukianzaga ujui mwisho. Tena maisha safari, mwisho wetu ni kifo. Binadamu kama kinyonga, leo unacheka naye, kesho anakuzingua. Tena binadamu utakuahidi vingi, la mwisho wa siku atakuumbua. Unampenda leo, kesho ndiye msaliti, atajifanya kumbe msaliti, atakuigizia kufa kupona. Hivyo ndivyo walivyo, ukiona vyote sivyo kitambi. Ukikosa waovye, watakusifu ujigambi, ili wapate hongo. Sikujua zamani kuna binadamu na watu, nilikosaga amani kisa maneno ya watu. Sikujuaga zamani hawaruki pamoja ndege wasiofanana, giza na nuru haviwezi patana. Na mwamini Mungu tena na mwamini sana. Sina uende, sina uende, ni kweli mikabwela. Sina uende, ila nitabaki na imani yangu. Sina mimi la kufanya, sitafanya. Sina uende, Mungu ataninua. Sina uende, ndicho nachojua. Sina uende, sina mimi la kufanya. Sina uende.
Sikilizeni, tunakwenda Yerusalemu, na huko kila kitu kilichoandikwa na manabii kuhusu mwanadamu kitakamilika. Atatolewa kwa makafiri, hao watamtendea vibaya na kumtemea mate, watampiga viboko, watamua, lakini siku ya tatu atafufuka.
Leadership, it is the bundle of opinions from different sources, and every source from each corner, it is meaning. So they are the people who are part of leadership. I mean the selective individuals. So leadership, it is all about responsibilities. You don't need to seek permission or to go in order to be granted permission to take part in leadership. And leadership, it is not something which you are trained under this world. It is something which you must be born with. Leadership, it is the spirit, the invisible one, very strong, ferocious, and demanding. How knowledgeable you are, how strong you are physically, no matter the experience which you hold in terms of your professionalism. When you are deciding the future which you would like to face, if you are not able to be perspicacious of programmed doctrines of principles of personalities, then you have nothing to do with your future. Because the things which surround you, they matters a lot. The environment where there is your indwelling matters a lot when the time comes of planning about your future. So you must be aware. In marriage, when you are talking to your partner, I mean especially in a relationship, you must be honest, especially when you are dealing with an argument. Don't seek to defeat or to win, but try just to prevent your ego, because love does not require ego in order to eradicate any malice. You don't need to make decisions after listening the gossips from the others, or all others are talking. Their ones should not make you to rush on making decisions. The only person who should make you to go ahead on making decisions, it is only you. Yes, you must be able to listen yourself. Na katika maisha mtu anakula ile akili ya kuzaliwa, anakula kimbali, sio masomo kama wengine venye wamekuwa wakisisitiza. There is something which is known as talent. If you are educated and you have no talent, that education is for nothing. You have nothing to tell people. On matters concerning the sight of destiny, it is better to fail very early at the stage of your life than to fail while it is too late in your life. Because when you fail really or at early stage of your life, this now gives you an allowance to create more space of new tactics of eradicating the malices which led to that failure, and this contributes to the comeback in your life. Because the person who has failed at the early stage of the life has always chance to come back or to refresh the new start. But it is the red sorrow and so painful to see someone else or someone who has studied certain formula of the process in the life failing while at the late stage of life. So you must be keen with the life, all the targets which you are holding. Does it matter the failure or when the failure has occurred? You cannot buy money by the power or by the power of threats or by the power of and the real men. They don't compete. They dance. There is nothing painful, sorrow, and shameful like seeing an idiot, the qualified fool, and raising the group of the ground of the West people. The lifespan of man, you must have the purposes when you are making decisions. Because the purposes are greater than what you have, than what you hold. So you can never compare what you have with the purposes. Because it is the purpose which reinforces the efforts of entering in the perfect destiny. You can never achieve any dream without a purpose, because it is the purpose which locates the destiny of man. So, if you gain more, if you own everything without the purpose, then all what you have becomes nothing, clueless and meaningless. A person has never become your friend and you think that he or she is an enemy, then that is an error. You is qualified to be your enemy. He or she must have qualifications of becoming your friend. So if they hate you for no apparent reason, if they differ with you unfavorably, if they fight against you, that they have never become your friends, and you think that they are still enemies, then you are wrong. The body of man, there is the three organs which are always useful in motion at the course of the life of man. And some of those organs are lens, the sight, and the mind. They are organs which are always in motion, bravely in movement, but with different speeds. And if people can be able to be perspicacious of those organs, or even by their investigations, they can realize that those three organs, they have different speeds and different time. And the time, if I may ask the combination why the hate Honorable Mondi Mutisia, the late, the former Kamba King. When I ask them why they hate him, they mostly could say that during his reign of leadership, the man was living in parliament. He never contributed any idea which can rebuild the territory of Ukambani. But today, I would like to put the question: if the motion movers or even the architecturers of the motions within the house were the final decision makers, then is there any need to contribute to anything? If those who break the motions were the final decision maker, what is necessary? Was it necessary that Mondi Mutisia could contribute an idea? That is what, as a leader, you must manage. Because when you manage the personalities of the individuals and all those other interests which I have mentioned, then the territory is automatically managed. Because I don't think that managing people, it is only the solution which can come. Awakenings of the area which you are leading or which you are exercising your authorities. So in leadership, we don't manage people nor even the territory. We do manage personalities and the people in. It's my request that if you are the retired leader within community, stop threatening the youth leaders. Stop fighting the youth leaders who are emerging. Stop limiting the youth leaders who have the good ideas to transform the community. Because the most of the retired officers, instead of empowering young leaders, they have to forget about defeating corruption. If you are the father of nepotism, if you are the father of nepotism, forget about destroying the possible outcome of corruption within authorities. And that is how it should be. Because corruption itself, it is the project of nepotism. And the nepotism is foundation of corruption. Nepotism, it is the holding pillar of corruption. So you cannot fight or defeat corruption when you are the supporter of the nepotism. Sometimes we don't need you because not every retired leader who is acceptable within community. It is not every retired leader who is acceptable in leadership skills within community. So you have to give the young leaders space to work on your talent. You have nothing to enjoy in your life. Talent is something which appears natural. Something which doesn't require education to succeed within the mellow which it is favoring your talent. So talent something which you don't extract or harvest from education. Talent, something from God which cannot be corrupted. Talent, the gift of God. And everybody has talent. Everybody has talent. And if you don't know your talent, if you cannot recognize your talent, you are mad. The problem with wisdom is that there is no any knowledgeable person who can create any creative idea, who can just come up with an idea without being corrected by his fellow person who has also wisdom and knowledge. And that is how the society perishes. Because everybody is knowledgeable. Because everybody. But one of my friends within Migwani Ward asked me as an MCA aspirant and as a leader, after you have been elected, how will you manage the people of Migwani? But I had told him that as a leader or in leadership, we don't need to manage the people. What we manage is in leadership. It is the personalities of individuals. With involvement of recognition of the people interest and cultural interest. I mean the interest and the policies. That is what, as a leader, you must manage. Because when you manage the personalities of the individuals and all those other interests which I have mentioned, then the territory is automatically managed. Because I don't think that managing people, it is only the solution which can come. Awakenings of the area which you are leading or which you are exercising your authorities. So in leadership, we don't manage people nor even the territory. We do manage personalities and the people in the body of man. There is the three organs which are always useful in emotion at the course of the life of man. And some of those organs are lens, the sight, and the mind. They are organs which are always in motion, bravely in movement, but with different speeds. And if people can be able to be perspicacious of those organs, or even by their investigations, they can realize that those three organs, they have different spins and different time. When the time to work on your talent, you have nothing to enjoy in your life. Talent is something which appears natural, something which doesn't require education to succeed within the mellow which it is favoring your talent. So talent is something which you don't extract or harvest from education. Talent, something from God which cannot be corrupted. Talent, the gift of God. And everybody has talent. Everybody has talent. And if you don't know your talent, if you cannot recognize your talent, you are mad. Recognize your talent. If you don't know your talent, you will perish. You cannot live with peace if you don't know your talent. If you don't work on your talent, you have nothing to enjoy in your life. Talent is something which appears natural. Practice your talent. Talent teaches you yourself. There is no much expenses required. And when talent appears, it teaches you. So you don't need to go inside the books to practice your talent. So talent is something which is not written, something which it is not recorded. Talent is something which walks with you, something which walks with you. You will not go, or you will not spend the huge distance traveling to seek your talent there. Talent is something which you are walking with. You like it or not, talent is something even which you will be parent with. Talent. Talent is something which you shall resurrect with. Talent, the thing of God, the gift of God, cannot be bribed. Talent cannot be corrupted. How knowledgeable you are, how strong you are physically, no matter the experience which you hold in terms of your professionalism. When you are deciding the future which you would like to face, if you are not able to be perspicacious of programmed doctrines of principles of personalities, then you have nothing to do with your future. Because the things which surround you, they matters a lot. The environment where there is your indwelling matters a lot when the time comes of planning about your future. So you must be aware. The lifespan of man, you must have the purposes when you are making decisions. Because the purposes are greater than what you have, than what you hold. So you can never compare what you have with the purposes, because it is the purpose which reinforces the efforts of entering in the perfect destiny. You can never achieve any dream without your purpose, because it is the purpose which locates the destiny of man. So, if you gain more, if you own everything without the purpose, then all what you have becomes nothing, clueless and meaningless. Beyond yourself, don't beyond women, merely because they will leave you and go to men who built themselves. Have that one in mind. Yes, they can offer me nothing. They can give me no wealth, no food, absolutely nothing within this world. But they are the most people or their presence are meaningful in my life. They are the most people or their presence heals my broken heart. Because I can assure you that they have nothing to offer. They have no money to give because of poverty. But their presence are meaningful in my life. Their presence heals the disease which can never be cured by food, money, or any other material things. They are projects of God, projects which has been established mainly to cure me, my emotional attacks, to cure emotional diseases, the diseases which wealth can never cure. So I am always proud of them. I don't care what they can give me. I don't care how poor they are. So long as their presence sounds healing in my broken heart. A person has never become your friend and you think that he or she is an enemy, then that is an error. You is qualified to be your enemy. He or she must have qualifications of becoming your friend. So if they hate you for no apparent reason, if they diverse with you unfavorably, if they fight against you, that they have never become your friends, and you think that they are still enemies, then you are wrong. Because the people of such type or kind, they are just scorpions snakes, and serpents, which can attack anybody for no reason, for no apparent reasons. So, never categorize the people or never became your friends. But sometimes enmity is always best than friendship, mainly because enmity brings into focus the reality, the real personality than friendship. Because most of the friends comes into your life not because they want to engage with you in lifetime. The purpose is of fulfilling the qualitative personalities features of friendship. But it comes in life of someone. I mean friends comes in the life of someone because they need to harvest something from that friendship. So I would like to remind you that those who seek friendship, those who seek to make friends, they are only the people who have agenda of that certain friendship. And on my advice to you is that never be that person who everybody is willing to seek you so that you may make friendship with, nor the ground which seeks to make friendships with you. Never be like kind of that person. Because many of those people who seek friendship or to make friends, they are the people who have an agenda of making that friendship. They are the people who gains the benefit of that friendship. Those who seek to make friendship within certain platform or the person or they are targeting. And I would like to encourage you that you must be that person who always seeks to make friendship because you have an agenda. Don't fall in every relationship. Just ask yourself, which agenda are we going to discuss? Which agenda are we going to carry out within that certain friendship or rapport? Because friendship, it is all about agenda. If you have no agenda, government, it is not the formation of self-glorification or even the formation of the personal interest. Government, it is the collection or the bundle of signed treaties from different platforms of different authorities. And if you are out of those signed treaties, then you are out of that certain government. So there is no involvement in people grievances inside the temple of government. What governs the people, it is the collection or the combination of signed treaties from different platforms of authorities the authorities which are serving the interests of the individuals. So, what you must be aware is that the citizens don't seek the people interest to serve them. They seek the united proposal of signed treaties on objectives which are serving the generals. When I was suffering emotionally, when I had these psychological problems, they gave me food to eat. When I was hungry, when I had no food to eat, they gave me advices. Although out of my difficulties in the situation across the course of my life, I have faced a lot of helpers. May God persist, bless them, and give them strength. And one thing I've come to realize in this world, most people are good. They have goodwill heart, although they don't understand the heart of individuals deeply. May God persist and bless. But the vision of man is driven by the invisible capabilities of mental structures. It is not the directions of verbal sight. Yes, that is what I mean, nor on Streber's level. It is not all about the invisible sight of determination, analyzation, and confirmations, which makes or maintains or fulfills the attainment. It is in these worlds in which murderers and the killers think that they will live forever. It's the same world in which the destroyers of mental structures of individuals thinks that their minds shall live permanently at the cause of his or our lives. When you are thinking to kill or to murder a person, think about how your future and duration of your lifespan or a certain period of time which you shall live in this world. So killing person, it doesn't mean that you will live forever. You must be aware that what you should fear in this world, it is the soul. What you have to fear, it is this soul which you are walking over it. Mainly because we are walking over the dead bodies. This land has swallowed many people, and the total number of the people who are sleeping on this soil or under this soil, they are very many, but it is much than those who are living. So when you are walking within this round here soil, because this soil carries a lot of souls. This soil carries a lot of bodies of the dance, and it is the same path, the road which everyone shall pass towards the heaven which was proclaimed. Living with the power of Manda, that one cannot make you to gain or to live forever in this world. It is better to be an idiot who is well known by the people through his behaviors, characters, and even personality than being a fool who is covered with temporal wisdom. Because the moment they shall realize that you are the fool who is masked with temporary wisdom and knowledge, you shall bitterly weep, you shall regret forever. Be warned. Yes, they can offer me nothing. They can give me no wealth, no food, absolutely nothing within this world. But they are the most people, or their presence are meaningful in my life. They are the most people, or their presence heals my broken heart. Because I can assure you that they have nothing to offer. They have no money to give because of poverty. But their presence are meaningful in my life. Their presence heals the disease which can never be cured by food, money, or any other material things. They are projects of God, projects which has been established mainly to cure me, my emotional attacks, to cure emotional diseases, the diseases which wealth can never cure. So I am always proud of them. I don't care what they can give me. I don't care how poor they are. So long as their presence sounds healing in my broken heart. If I may ask the combination why they hate Honorable Modu Mutesia, the late, the former Kamba King, when I ask them why they hate him, they mostly could say that during his reign of leadership, the man was living in parliament. He never contributed any idea which can rebuild the territory of Ukambani. But today, I would like to put the question: if the motion movers or even the architecturals of the motions within the house were the final decision makers, then is there any need to contribute to anything? If those who break the motions were the final decision maker, what is necessary, or is it necessary that Mwalimu Mutesa could contribute tena njia